A fast-moving wildfire has hit the town of Jasper in the Canadian Rockies, causing significant losses as firefighters work to hold back the flames. Samantha Gagne was on holiday with her family in Jasper when she was forced to evacuate, and she joins us now live from Edmonton in Alberta. Samantha, hi there. How did this all unfold for you? Where were you?
It unfolded quite quickly. We were camping just south of the town of Jasper, and we had noticed a lot of the smoke was coming over the mountains, and we weren't quite sure if it was smoke or storms because we knew there was going to be thunderstorms in the area. But once we saw a few helicopters heading overhead and heard the fire trucks heading down the highway, we thought we should check in with the warden, and they confirmed our worst fears. So it's time to pack up and get out.
So you and your family were all set up in your tent?
Yeah, we had our trailer, but yeah, we were set up in our campsite, and we pretty much had to throw everything in the trailer and get out of there.
Yeah. What was the journey leaving like?
Congested. 2 out of the 3 highways out of Jasper were blocked off due to the fires. So there was only one route that we could take out, and it was through the mountains into BC. Normally the trip takes just a little over an hour to get to the next town, and it took us about 2.5 hours that night.
And so what do you know of what's happened back there where you left from?
There doesn't sound like there's much left. I know they haven't come out with the official reports, but damage of the town sounds quite extensive. I've seen images of just charred remains, foundations, burnt cars. There's not much left. So,
Samantha, it's a popular tourist spot. Tell us about Jasper.
Yeah, it's a world-renowned spot. We feel so fortunate that it's just in our backyard, and it's a place we can go to so frequently. We have spent almost every year visiting it at one point or another. We got married there. We've taken our kids there as much as we possibly can. So the loss is kind of surreal right now.
Is it a big place? It's got a lot of infrastructure around it.
No, it's not a very big town. So I'm not terribly surprised that once the fire reached the town, it did quite a lot of damage, just because it is so small.
And what are you hearing about how the firefighting operation is going?
It hasn't been a ton of information, I think, that way. It does sound like it was an aggressive wildfire with large flames. The winds were insane that night, so it was just whipping everything into kind of a perfect storm. This has been something that they were worried about for a number of years, and now it's kind of the worst case scenario has happened.
So where did you and your family go to, Samantha?
The first night we evacuated out to a city called Valemount in BC, not much larger than Jasper. I think it's actually smaller. And then from there, we were rerouted into Kamloops and then came home back through Banff and Calgary. So normally Jasper is about four hours away from us, and the drive home took us 14 after crossing the mountains east and then coming back west.
Wow, wow. And did you see any destruction as you've been driving?
No, because we didn't really go back through the mountains through Jasper. But when we were crossing back through Golden, we did notice it started to get quite smoky again. So I'm not surprised that it ended up that way.
Okay, a worrying time for everyone. Samantha, glad you and your family have got through it and are safe, and we will look to see what happens in Jasper. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me.